Welcome to the chapter My Trip. This slide presents the overview of the chapter. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to discuss the basic concepts of mathematics which are used in our real life, explain the importance of addition and subtraction in our daily life. Let's start our session with an introduction. This chapter is a kind of an assorted sweet box because here we will look at the mathematical methods which we have seen in our earlier sessions. The methods which we see here will be like finding the kilometers with respect to the speed and time, knowing the bigger and the smaller numbers, finding weights and so on. Here we will take one example which has happened in our real life. On the occasion of Dussehra, our school has been closed for a week. My father decided to take me, my sister and my mother for a trip in these holidays. On day 1, we went to an exhibition. There, the entry ticket for the adults is written as ₹50 and the ticket for children is ₹25. My father asked me to calculate the total amount to be paid at the ticket counter. I started calculating as follows. For adults, each ticket is ₹50. For children, each ticket is 25 rupees. In our family, we have 2 adults and 2 children. That is 2 into 50 plus 2 into 25, which is equal to 150. So, the total amount we have to pay at the counter is ₹150. We have paid the required amount at the counter and enjoyed ourselves on our first day. On day 2, we have decided to go to Golconda Fort. My father and I went to a travel agency and inquired about a car. He said it costs ₹12 per kilometer. It is about 56 kilometers from our home. Total kilometers are 56. Cost per each kilometer is ₹12. So, the total cost to reach Golconda is equal to 56 into 12, that is equal to ₹672. It costs the same to return from Golconda to our home, that is ₹672. Therefore, total amount is 672 plus 672, which is equal to 1,344 rupees. On day 3, we have started our journey. We stopped the car at the petrol pump to fill diesel. My father asked the car driver, if the car travels 15 kilometers with 1 liter of diesel, then how much diesel is needed for the trip of Golconda? Total kilometers to travel Golconda is equal to 56 plus 56, that is equal to 112. Total kilometers per liter are equal to 15. Total diesel needed to travel 112 kilometers is equal to 112 by 15, that is equal to 7.46 liters. Therefore, 7.46 liters of diesel is needed for the trip. So, the manager said diesel costs ₹54 per liter. Then my father asked, what will be the total cost of 7.46 liters of diesel? Total liters required for the trip are 7.46. Cost per liter of diesel is 54 rupees. So, the total amount to be paid is equal to 7.46 into 54. That is equal to ₹402.84. Therefore, my father paid 403 rupees in the petrol pump. At the Golconda Fort, we came across a box-shaped piece of iron. Most of the people tried to lift it, but none could. because the weight of this iron box is 260 kilogram. Here, one of my friend raised a question like, if a person on average weighs 50 to 54 kilogram, then how many persons are required to lift this iron box? The weight of the iron box is 260 kilogram. A person on an average weighs 50 plus 54 by 2, that is equal to 52. So the total persons required to lift the iron box is equal to 260 by 52, that is equal to 5. Therefore, 5 persons are required to lift the iron box which weighs 260 kilogram. On day 4, we have started our journey. We are at one of the greatest monuments in Hyderabad, none other than the Falaknuma Palace. By peeping into the history of the palace, we were speechless. Let us see the history in brief. On 3rd March 1884, the first foundation stone was laid by Nawab Sir Vikor ul Umra, and this construction was completed by the year 1893, almost a year less than a decade. Here you can come across a doubt of what is meant by a decade. Yes, decade is meant to mention the span of 10 years in short. But here we have to remember that the construction was started in the 18th century, that is in the period of 1800 to 1900. On day 5, my father leads us to Medak Church. The cathedral is 100 feet, that is 30 meter wide, and 200 feet, that is 61 meter long. Beside the church, there is a big garden which consists of square-shaped tiles and rectangular tiles as well. Each side of the square tile is 2 meters. Can we find out the perimeter of the square-shaped tile? To answer this, we should be aware of the formula of the perimeter, which is the sum of all the sides of the square. Therefore, perimeter of the square-shaped tile is equal to 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is equal to 8 meters. But will the same formula apply for the rectangle also? Yes, of course. But in the rectangle, we can see that 2 of its sides are equal, the 2 lengths are equal, and the 2 breadths are equal. Hence, the perimeter of a rectangle is length plus breadth plus breadth. In short, we can write it as 2 into L plus B. If 4 meters and 6 meters are the length and breadth of the rectangle respectively, then the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 into L plus B, which is equal to 2 into 4 plus 6, which is 20 meters. Practice zone. Try to solve the problems in the practice zone on your own. Summary. Let us recap the highlights of this chapter. We have seen the real-time examples and also how to use the mathematical formulas in the appropriate situations. Follow-up work. Estimate the perimeter of your school boundary. About how many times greater is the perimeter of the other school building when compared to your school building? How wide and high is your school gate? Test your understanding of the chapter by taking the mock unit test. You have successfully completed the chapter My Trip.